The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Shawn Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
And the gold medal goes to? Hello, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Shawn Smoke, and we've got a great show for you tonight. The GHSA State Championships for track and field were held this past weekend at 4 locations around Georgia. Kevin Price and I will have a report on who took home the gold. Plus, the 912 Sports coverage area had 3 teams playing in the Final Four for baseball in the state playoffs this week. We had Jeff Davis, Pierce, and Wayne, who will move on to the championship series. Watch tonight's episode of On Air with 912 Sports to find out. Stick around. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Shawn Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, joined as always by head writer and podcast host Kevin Price. Kevin, how we doing?
Good, Shawn. Good to be here talking high school sports. Of course, we're winding things down. Take state championship meets, competitions galore going on. So kind of an exciting time of year as we near the end of the year here in Southeast Georgia.
Yeah, kids getting ready to get diplomas here in a few weeks, Kevin, all around the 912. We had the state track and field championships all over the state of Georgia, Kevin. We're going to start at the lower classifications and work our way up. And, Kevin, I believe you got some winners there in Single A Division II.
Yeah, so in Single A Division II, which of course took place over in Albany, the McIntosh County Academy Buccaneers were well represented at the state meet, as we thought they would be, and they also had some champions crowned, and we thought that would be the case as well. So we'll go through those right here. In the boys high jump, senior MJ Quarterman, we thought we would hear his name, see him on the podium, and we did. He won the high jump with a jump of 6 feet 4 inches. So Quarterman, the boys high jump champion there. And then in the boys 300-meter hurdles, it was Derek Irons, another football player for them, a senior, won the 300 hurdles in 38.48 seconds. So 2 state champions there in individual competition. And then a Buccaneers relay team in the 4x200 also won the state championship in a time of 1 minute 43.40 seconds. That team did include Derek Irons and MJ Quarterman, but also Lorenzo Reed and Keyshawn Tyson. So some state championships for the boys there for McIntosh, individual-wise and in relays.
Yeah, Kevin, they're getting it done down there. I mean, what a sports season for McIntosh. You go back to football season, almost all of these guys, I know Derek Irons, Quarterman, definitely football players. They had a good football season. Then all the way to state, just come up just a little bit short there in that state championship in basketball. And then you got the athlete, MJ Quarterman, small school player to school, Kevin, not in one sport, but 2 in basketball and track and field. So some really good athletes, really great athletic season down there for McIntosh. So the Buccaneers definitely got it done in 2025. Looking for good things out of them in 25 and 26 as well. So, but we'll move on, Kevin. We were going to talk a little bit about the Charlton County Indians. They were also over in Albany. Had a great day as well. Back-to-back winners, Kira Green, a senior. She wins the girls 100-meter dash in a time of 12.29 seconds. So congratulations to Kira Green going back-to-back. She also wins the girls 200-meter dash. She runs that in 25.09 seconds. So she was getting it done. She was our small school player of the year for track and field. And then also, Kevin, they win the relay down there for the girls at Charlton, the 4x200 meter relay. That team was Kira Green, Makira Gibbs, Rihanna Mitchell, and Michaela Milton. They come away, champions down there. So congratulations, Charlton County.
Well, Kiera Green's definitely been dynamite on the track for Charlton down there. Of course, she's a multiple state championship winner. I think she's a 5-time state champion now, going back to last year as well. And, of course, when you put her on the relay team, you've got a good chance as well with her being part of that. So congratulations to Charlton on another good meet there in Single A.
Yeah, and I think Coach DeMario Jones, funny, Kevin, the football coach down there at Charlton is actually the girls' track coach as well. But going on into AAA, we had another back-to-back state champion, this time for the Liberty County Panthers in girls discus, Jaden Hayes, senior. She won this year, Kevin, with a mark of 133 feet 6 inches.
Yeah, she's been dynamite as well for the Lady Panthers, and she's also a girl that was considered for that small school track and field athlete of the year, and she was on that short list of competitors that we had to choose from for that award. So obviously she's had a great career and certainly a great season there in Liberty County.
This is a back-to-back state championship for her. She also won it in 24. So congratulations to Jaden Hayes. Great way to cap off that senior season. But Kevin, let's take a break and we'll get into the rest of the classifications and all the state champions that we had there. Stick around. We'll be right back after these messages.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Shawn Smoke. He's Kevin Price, and we're talking state champions in track and field here in the state of Georgia. Kevin, believe it or not, we had no winners in 4A. Kind of surprised by that, but no state champions in 4A. But we had several in 5A, Kevin, so we'll let you kick it off with 5A with the two teams over there on the coast.
Yeah, in 5A, of course, Brunswick High and Glen Academy reside in Class 5A, and both teams had things to be proud of coming away from the state meet there in Rome this past weekend. We'll start with Glen Academy. In the boys' discus, Kyleon Bacon, a senior, won the state championship with a toss of 153 feet and 1 inch. And, of course, he is Glen Academy's first individual state champion since the 1970s. The late 1970s, when Mel Latney won an individual state championship for Glen Academy. And Mel Latney, of course, went on to become one of the best U.S. runners in, U.S. history there in track and field. So congratulations to Kyleon Bacon. I think that toss in the state meet was also a personal record for him. Then Brunswick High had a big-time state championship meet as a team, which we will talk about here at the end after we run through some of their individual accomplishments. But their 4x200 relay team walked away with a state championship. That team consisted of Jamarius Towns, Antoine Kirk, Antonio Clark Jr., and Nigel Gardner. And then, of course, they were part of Brunswick's overall success. The BHS Pirates finished third overall in Class 5A as a team. I think they had 11 state qualifiers. I think right around half of their participants finished in the top 5 in their events. So they racked up enough points to finish third there. I think Langston Hughes won the state championship. Alexander was second, and Brunswick High was third. So the best ever finish by the Pirates as a team. So obviously a great, great week for BHS up there in Rome, finishing third as a team, highlighted by these state championships that we just mentioned.
Yeah, Kevin, you mentioned that, and what that team win is points total throughout. And as I was gathering these state champions, Kevin, it was Brunswick in second, Brunswick in third, Brunswick in third and fourth, Brunswick in second, Brunswick in fifth. I mean, all in the top 5. Just didn't get the individual state championships, but those guys as a team, man, were almost always in the top 5. So congratulations, to the Brunswick High Pirates over there. They're doing a great job and getting the job done. But Kevin, we had a couple more winners in 5A. We're going to stay in 5A, but we're going to talk about the South Effingham Mustangs. In the boys high jump, Harrison Cross, he wins with a mark of 6 feet 8 inches. So congratulations to Harrison Cross. Harrison is actually a Navy commit, Kevin. He holds a personal best for the school record, which is 6'10", even though he didn't jump that at the championships, but he still comes away with the state title. And from right down the road at Bradwell Institute, the boys 400-meter hurdles, Jacoby Paisley. Jacoby's just a sophomore, but he won with a time of 48.79 seconds. So congratulations there to Jacoby Paisley getting it done. But again, Kevin, a lot of good track and field going on there in 5A right here in the 912.
Yeah, pretty good meet for our Southeast Georgia coverage area there in 5A. Certainly highlighted by the BHS team finish, but the good overall meet there for Southeast Georgia with also the additions that you mentioned right there.
Let's go ahead and jump right into 6A.
All right. Well, of course, in 6A, we had the Richmond Hill Wildcats with a good overall meet. The boys 300-meter hurdles crowned a state champion from Richmond Hill. Kendrick Joshua, a junior, won with a time of 36.33 seconds. So he ended up as the 300-meter hurdle champion. And he was the highlight or the main highlight for Richmond Hill as they, like the Brunswick High School Pirates, finished third in Class 6A. So an overall great meet by Richmond Hill. Like Shawn said, you had to have the number of competitors getting points for you, compiling points for you to finish high overall in the team standings. And obviously, just like the Brunswick High School Pirates, Shawn, the Richmond Hill Wildcats did the same thing and represented Southeast Georgia very well in the state of Georgia's largest classification up there in 6A.
Yeah, and Kevin, Kendrick Joshua, he was another guy was on our short list for Player of the Year. Another great season for Kendrick Joshua. And on a side note, Kevin, here's one of those things that's funny about track and field. He ran the fastest time of the day in the 100-meter hurdles of 14.19, but he did that in the prelims. The guy that won the state title, Kendrick actually finished third in the 100-meter hurdles, but the guy that won it didn't even run that quick of a time. So it's not only about performance, but it's in which race you make that performance in. But again, a great season there for the Wildcats. Congratulations to Kendrick for winning that 300-meter race. Congratulations, Kevin, to all of our winners here, all of our state champions. But we got more on air with 912 Sports right after these messages. Appreciate everybody watching.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Baseball season is complete for the 912 Sports coverage area teams. Hello, everyone. I'm Shawn Smoke, and that's a wrap on the 2025 baseball season here in the 912. We had 3 teams make it to the Final Four, but they were all eliminated this past Tuesday. In Single A Division I, the Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets played host to the number 3 seed, Pepperell. Pepperell had defeated Blakely in the Elite Eight, and keeping things rolling in the Final Four, they beat Jeff Davis 5-1 in Game 1 and 4-1 in Game 2. In AA, the number 3 seeded Pierce County Bears headed to the number 1 Rockmart to play their Final Four series. It was just a short 280-mile road trip one way for the Bears, and they came up a little bit short, losing Game 1 8-4 and lost a heartbreaker in Game 2 1-0. In 4A, the Wayne County Yellow Jackets were led all season by their dominant pitching staff. They played host to the hot-hitting Cartersville Purple Hurricanes. They came in averaging almost 8 runs a game in the playoffs, and the Purple Hurricanes kept it going. They won Game 1 14-6 and defeated Wayne in Game 2 7-2. Congratulations to all the teams here in the 912. It was a great season of high school baseball, and we can't wait to do it again next year. Stick around. We've got more On Air with 912 Sports coming up right after these messages.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.